Portapique, Nova Scotia, a small rural community in the northern part of the province. It's a quiet spot normally. Beautiful cottage country. About 100 people live there full-time, but the population more than doubles in the summer, about 250. And you can see how people are reacting with the broken hearts going up on telephone poles at the entrance to the community. This is where the violence began. At least 16 people killed by a gunman, and many people in the region grieving horribly and trying to make sense of how this could have happened and why it happened. We're going to help answer as many of those questions as we can today with special coverage. The mayor of Colchester County is with me now, Mayor Christine Blair. Portapique is located in that county, and Mayor Blair is in Truro this morning. Thank you for being our guest, Mayor Blair.
Thank you for calling.
How are you doing this morning?
Well, I don't think there are too many words that can describe what our whole county is going through at this moment, but especially the devastation and the heartbreak of the families who are involved in this incident. And it's not just an incident, it's a tragedy. It's something that no words can really describe. No words can describe what the families are going through, the surreal situation, the pain, as I said, the heartbreak. It's a situation that's going to take a long time to heal. It's going to take a long time for the grieving process. It's going to take a long time for our community to look at something that's normal again.
We've been naming so far this morning 2 of the at least 16 who died on the weekend, Heidi, Stevenson, and Lisa McCauley. Are you familiar with either of them personally at all?
No, I don't know either personally, but I certainly do extend condolences on behalf of the municipality of Colchester to the families of Constable Heidi Stevenson, to her husband, her children, her family, her RCMP family, and to the family of Lisa McCauley. Names are not coming out just yet, but some have actually we have received word on some of the names.
Yes, we're just being very careful in terms of identifying anyone else publicly until the official notice of next of kin has been issued. So those are the 2 that we are speaking about, but there will be more, and we'll be certainly turning to you to help fill in their story so we understand the lives lost. In terms of members of your community, though, I'm sure they must be turning to you as a leader in I think. Do we still have Mayor Blair? Sorry, Mayor Blair, we just lost your... Okay, I'm sorry about that. I am hearing you too. We just lost your picture there. They must be turning to you for guidance, for leadership, for information. What are you hearing from people in the county?
A lot of people are contacting us with words of condolence, with sympathy. I have had calls and contacts and emails from right across this country and from countries in Europe as well. I've had one call from Switzerland, Gander, Victoria, Alberta, Ottawa, and it's to have those people supporting you, recognizing that you're going through a very difficult time, knowing that you have they have your back, so to speak, is very important for the residents, for the constituents of Colchester County, and for all of us who are dealing with this horrible situation.
Some measure of comfort. That's nice to hear.
Yes.
As mayor, are you privy to any information about the police investigation? Any further detail that you can share with us this morning?
Nothing other than I believe our RCMP has a very complex, detailed, and challenging investigation ahead of them. It's in various areas, as you know, and it's not going to be something that will be done very quickly. I think it's going to take a long time to get all the information, and thankfully we have a professional team that is there working on the situation and will be able to find answers for us.
Did you grow up in the area, Mayor Blair?
Yes, I did.
The reason I ask that is I remember going to Moncton, New Brunswick, after the RCMP shootings there. and talking
Yes.
to the mayor of Moncton, who was relatively new to the job and was somebody from the area. And I've never forgotten how he talked to me about leading in his home community at just the most tragic time. And I'm thinking that that's your situation as well, and how you'll feel it in different ways, and how you're viewing your role now.
Yes, it is. And it is a role that, of course, I have always enjoyed. When you face situations like this, then you rise to the need of the community and do the best that you can possibly do in order to bring comfort to the community, in order to support the community, in order to be there for those individuals who are facing such a traumatic situation.
I remember something else that he told me, and that was he was adamant that the people of Moncton would make it clear that they would not be forever defined by that horrible violence and the shootings of the RCMP officers then. You're such a beautiful part of the country, a beautiful part of Nova Scotia. Yes. Will that be something, this is going to be in the history books, the magnitude of these crimes. And yet I'm sure that's not how you want your area to be defined.
Absolutely not. Nova Scotia is known as an open and friendly, welcoming community. When you're looking at the Portapique area and all down the western shore of the Bay of Fundy, it's one of the most picturesque and lovely rural areas that we have in Nova Scotia. We promote the area. There are a lot of tourists that go through there. And I'm hoping that people will come back and enjoy the area once we get through the COVID-19 and start opening doors again. And I'm hoping that this will be something that does not define our area, but it is certainly something that will never be forgotten.
Indeed. By the whole country. You mentioned COVID-19, Mayor Blair, and I'm wondering, normally we would see after something of this scale, community gatherings, memorials, there would be huge floral displays and messages and balloons, and people can't do that now, of course, in the reality of COVID-19. How do you think that's going to affect the community response and the community mourning?
It's going to put a damper on it. There's no question. If there's any possible way that you can put more grief on a situation, not being able to have the support of the community in a normal manner is going to be very difficult for the families. The situation, for example, there's one gentleman in the Portapique area that has been posting bristleboard hearts with broken hearts on power poles in the rural area. And even a small gesture like that is something that lets the community know we're all feeling this a great deal.
In fact, we're showing him as you speak, Mayor Blair. We've been capturing his messages, our hearts and our prayers, and then the broken hearts. So speaking to exactly
Absolutely.
your point. We will continue to reach out to you, Mayor Blair. Thank you for the time this morning, and of course the thoughts and the prayers of everyone in the country with your community right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Christine Blair is the mayor of Colchester County. This is CBC News Network.